Yeah, and there it is. Elon already won. Over half the people who signed up for Threads have stopped using it, prompting Mark Zuckerberg to push for hooks to entice users, report says. Everybody's making fun of Elon Musk over the X rebrand, but I think it is absolutely brilliant. I do not think that Elon Musk is some 4D chess playing genius. I think he just tends to make moves which in the long run benefit him. What was the point of buying Twitter? To make X, an everything app. And how did he get the investment? Do you really think Elon Musk went to a bunch of investors and said, we should have free speech? And they were like, that's a good point, Elon. We're going to give you $1 billion. Nope. Elon Musk went to these guys and said, we're going to launch X, an everything app, just like they do in China. Communications, your friends, your phone book. It's going to be your finances, how you buy things, how you spend things, where you put your money. All of it in one. We're going to own it. The investor said, surely, sir, there is no way you can build up a user base to do that. I mean, what about Facebook? And Elon said, we're going to buy Twitter. Horribly mismanaged, but the reason why Twitter will work over Facebook is because Twitter is the water cooler. Everybody wants to be there. Mark Zuckerberg is trying to do the same thing, and he can't because it's lame. They launched an inferior product. Now, I often say just do it, right? But first in, best dressed, that's Elon and X. Elon bought you. He bought me. He bought the user base. Launching this partner program where you get to make money, perfect. I'm not saying that Elon has planned a multi-dimensional victory. I'm saying he's got a very simple trajectory for the company that he is following with. That's it. Why is he ragging on the left and liberals in the media? Because they're lying about him. His investors are probably very happy. He's moving forward with this. User activity is way up, and Mark Zuckerberg is losing. Here's the story from Insider. They say, Threads has lost more than half its users since the app launched. Zuckerberg told staff, and Reuters reported. They say, Meta's text-based app designed to compete with Twitter, beating ChatGPT's blah, 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 raised a bunch of users. He said, obviously, if you have more than 100 million people sign up, ideally it would be awesome if all of them or even half of them stuck around. We are not there yet. Oof, woo. The Meta CEO added that he considers this drop to be normal and said things will get better. I agree. I really do. Victim of his own success. That when Threads launched, of course, I downloaded Threads. I wanted to try it out. That counts me as a user. I then go on. I look at the platform and what it has to offer, and it has nothing. It's a bunch of random people that I don't care about, and that's what I'm getting in the feed. I have no interest. Sorry, I just really don't. The problem with Threads out the gate, the mistake they made was that you were getting random garbage information from people you don't care about. That's it. On Twitter, I'm already following who I like. Many of you on Twitter are already following who you like. You want to see what we have to say. You follow who we retweet. There is a cell. There is a network of things that interest you. So you engage. On Threads, I'm like, dude, let me pull this up. Like, I can't even get it to load properly, to be completely honest. What do we have here? Here is a busty woman in a bathing suit. Yo, look, that's fine or whatever. I got a girlfriend. I don't care about this. This is like, okay, here's a guy. He's posting a cartoon. And I don't find that cartoon interesting. It's a comic or whatever. What do we have here? Teacher goals. Today, you could be standing next to someone who is trying their best to not fall apart. I'm sorry, dude. After swiping through a few of these, I'm out. If I go on Twitter right now, you know what I'm going to see? Jokes, memes, fun, conversation. And that's it. I'm sorry. X. I don't think Trump cared about Twitter. I'm sorry. I don't think Elon cared about Twitter. For misspeaking there, I will also add, I don't think that Trump really cares about Twitter either. I think Trump may come back to X. We'll see. But let's talk about the alternatives. While many liberals are saying, we're going to go to Threads and we're going to go to Mastodon. Here's the Washington Post for you. And this one's surprising. Twitter rival Mastodon rife with child abuse material study finds. Whoops. Uh-oh. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't go on that one. To be fair, I like Mastodon. I really do. It's not so much Mastodon. I like the Fediverse. And I believe Elon even mentioned, I could be wrong about this, but I believe that Twitter will eventually find itself on the metaverse as well. Fediverse, geez, should drink my coffee. The Fediverse is basically a protocol for social media. So it won't matter which client you're using. You can follow me on X while you're on Gab or whatever, or vice versa. That's what the Fediverse basically is. I'm looking forward to that. In the meantime, the woke left can't stop losing their minds. In the AP, X logo installed atop Twitter building, spurring San Francisco to investigate permit violation. Oh, yeah. Elon installed this gigantic X logo on top of the old Twitter building, being weighted down by sandbags, apparently. I don't think it's like the left is freaking out, acting like it's the apocalypse. Like, oh no, what if it falls off the edge? Dude, it's not that big. It's not that heavy. It ain't falling off the edge. However, it is flashing like this massively bright strobe light, which I find to be very, very funny. And when I saw that, I was like, man, Elon is hitting it out of the park. It may be that Elon is stumbling around and slipping on banana peels, but this is brilliant. It keeps him in the press. Twitter ain't going nowhere. Sorry, X ain't going nowhere so long as it keeps getting the press. I got to put a giant picture, a beanie or something on a building to generate press. Man, this is brilliant. Elon does this. It costs almost nothing, and it generates earned press. Here you go. The city of San Francisco has opened a complaint and launched an investigation into a giant X sign that was installed Friday on top of the building formerly known as Twitter headquarters. City officials say replacing letters or symbols on buildings or erecting a sign on top of one requires a permit for design and safety reasons. The X appeared after SF police stopped workers on Monday from removing the brand's iconic bird and logo from the side of the building, saying they hadn't taped off the sidewalk to keep pedestrians safe if anything fell. I got to be honest, that's a really fair point. You should not be doing this kind of construction unless you've been like, hey guys, stand back please while we remove this, which requires permitting. Sorry. I don't know. Maybe if you're a libertarian, you're like, you could just do whatever you want. And if somebody walks under it and it falls, too bad. And I'm like, yeah, I guess technically fine, whatever. But in this instance, it is fair to say. Now, that being said, meanwhile, you had a couple of kids steal a car and crash it, seriously injuring people. And they're like, we're not going to prosecute these young joyriders. You mean to tell me you're going to go after Elon Musk to put a giant letter on a building that poses no threat to anybody, but the kids who flipped a car over after stealing it, you're not prosecuting? Yeah, right. Like I trust these people. Erecting a sign on top of a building also requires a permit. Planning, review, and approval is also necessary for the installation of this sign. The city is opening a complaint and issuing an investigation. Here's the funny thing about government. It only operates on our confidence and approval. Elon puts up this X. What can the city do? Complain? File a permit? File an injunction? Not a permit, file an injunction? Go after Elon Musk? Great. And then in a month or two, maybe a court will order him to take the X down. He'll say, okay, the soonest the company can come out and do it is in 1 month. And then he can say, like, what are you going to do about it? I mean, for all we know, Elon was planning this X going up for a year or longer. And he can say, we'll take the X down, we'll turn it off. It's going to take about 3 months to get the crew out to dismantle it. What's the court going to say? No, okay. It can only take as much time as it takes. This is Elon Musk winning. It just is, man. Because in the meantime, it generates tons of press. They say Musk unveiled the new X logo to replace Twitter, blah, blah, blah. He's the CEO of Tesla. He's obsessed with the letter X. We get it. Pick your poison, man. It ain't going to be Threads. I pull up the Threads app and I see a bunch of these like liberal personalities. I think like Robert Reich or whatever his name is popped up. What is this? The Dad. Why is this being sent to me? Why are you and mommy fighting? You'll understand when you're older, huh? Thinking about how his mom beat me at Mario Kart by timing a red shell to hit me right before the finish line. Well, I get it. It's a fun joke, that's fine. People might like that. I don't know. Here's another one. Friendly reminder, you're not selfish. Why would I use this? Is this Gretchen Whitmer? Oh, no. That's the funny thing, too. I go on Threads and I'm getting sent all of this like liberal Democrat stuff. I guess it's because they're the only ones using it. Meanwhile, the real world exists on Twitter. And right now, Ron Perlman is trending because Ron Perlman said he was boycotting X and leaving and going to Threads. And then he came back and started complaining again. It's like, oh, these people are insufferable. Move to Canada already. You kept talking about doing it if Trump got elected. He got elected and you didn't go anywhere. And I'm just sitting here like, dude, it's the waiting I can't stand. Bro, I will buy you the ticket. And here we are. The people claiming they're going to boycott Twitter, X, ain't doing it. and I still have to listen to their insufferable whinging. Sure, whatever. In the long run, this was obvious. It was obviously coming. No one's going to stay on the platform. We all tried it, and then half the people left. Elon's winning this one. We'll see how it plays out. I'll leave it there. Next segment's coming up tonight at 8 p.m. over at youtube.com/TimcastIRL. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see y'all then.